The following is a presentation of TFNN. The Trader's Edge with Steve Rhodes. Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648 or internationally at 727-873-7618. The Trader's Edge. Now, Steve Rhodes.
Good afternoon, folks. Welcome to the March 23rd, the terrific Tuesday, Taco Tuesday edition of today's Trader's Edge show. I'm your host, Stevie Perseverance Rhodes, who absolutely knows that each of us should always be pioneers of our future versus prisoners of our past. Hope everyone out there is having a great day. Hey, let's make sure we have an extraordinary one. And the easiest way to do that is to always remember that life is happening for us, not to us. That's right. When you and I make that one little 2x4 shift, it means we can find the gift in every set of circumstance that life is going to toss at us. Now, today, you and I, well, we're going to go check on the circumstance of these markets. We'll go figure out what those bulls and bears, what those buyers and sellers are communicating to you and I just past 1 o'clock in the afternoon. I want you to know that I'm absolutely grateful for your presence here. But much more important than that, during this next 60 minutes, I'm here to serve you. So feel free to pick up that phone. You can dial on in at 877-927-6648. If you can't dial in, well, we've got you covered there too. Go ahead and send me an email, steve@tfnn.com. Inside the subject heading, please put radio show question, and of course, in our Tiger's Den, well, any ping will do. So let's go ahead and get this show started on terrific Tuesday. Of course, this is Tiger Financial News Network. I'm Steve Rhodes. Welcome to Les Show. Right now, we got a mixed bag out here. You got the Dow off 17, the S&P up 4, NASDAQ 100 up 46, Russell down 38, semis off 50, trannies down 112, composite off 10, New York Stock Exchange off 64, getting towards its oversold area of its advanced decline oscillator. We'll take a look at that during the show. You've got gold off $13, silver down 53 cents, light sweet crude up 12 pennies, 30-year treasuries up 19 ticks. Leading the charge dollar-wise, the upside, it is the amazing one. Amazon up $62, 31.73 is a print. Google's up 25, 20.64 is a print. Chipotle up 19, 14.63 is a print. Charter Communications up 17, 6.54 is its print. To the downside, Upstart Holdings up $42, 25%. MicroStrategy, $34, 5%. Frequency Tech Therapeutics off 76%. Yikes. $27. Booking Holdings down 22. Restoration Hardware off 15. No questions in the queue as we speak, so let's just take a tour of the markets, get a feel for what they're doing. Let's begin by taking a look at our quad profile charts out here, the ES Mini. In the left-hand side, you can see a bullish structured profile last Friday. Price gets down, tests, and rejects the bottom of that profile. It's trading into a resistance zone. That zone is between 39.46 and 39.78. The NQ confirmed a Gartley buy pattern. That was about a couple of weeks ago. Now what we can see is price is trying to take out the top of its daily profile, 13,206. If price does close above 13,206, hasn't tested it yet. I'm saying if price does close above it, good chance then that price would make its way back to the highs. We don't have that pattern just yet. And there is a possibility that really all that's going on here in the NQ is a counter trend move for a larger A to B equals CD to the downside. That's only potential. That is not what Stevie is calling just yet, because that's not what the charts are communicating to you and I. If we take a look at the Dow consolidating with inside its daily profile after forming a TD9 count last week. Support has held. The only way support doesn't hold is a close below 32,368. The Russell 2000, always in a world of its own. It is right now trading below the bottom of its daily profile, 22.52. A second close tomorrow says, okay, lower price. Okay, where are lower prices? A couple of them, at least from a profile standpoint. 21.85, that's the top of the weekly profile. 20.94, center of the weekly profile. And 20.34, bottom of that weekly profile. No, price won't get down there. We can't make that call until we see if price deals with the 2185.60 level. So that's the message of the daily time frame. We've incorporated the weekly into the Russell 2000. I mentioned the New York Stock Exchange Advanced Decline Oscillator, so let's go take a look at it. It is currently printing at minus 129. It's really minus 128.57. That's going to change, constantly out here. The yellow line, the actual oversold territory, an overbought territory, you can use them both. It's either plus 150 or minus 150. The oversold territory is the minus 150 level. Typically, when the New York Stock Exchange Advanced Decline Oscillator, by the way, the Advanced Decline Oscillator is nothing more than the difference between the 39 and 19 period, or in this case here, day, exponential moving average of the Advanced Decline line data. That's what we're looking at. Now, when prices below that zero threshold line, that's that red line, we're looking at panel number 2, sellers are deemed to be in control of the market. Well, as we see what's going on, they're in control of the market. What are they doing? Not much. Not much in the way of damage, at least not much just yet. In fact, you won't see much in the way of damage until that spot volatility index is trading above its 50-day exponential moving average. It's nowhere near that. If we take a look at the spot volatility index, it's currently trading right now at 1897. The 50-day exponential moving average is 2298. Okay, so conditions here are really bullish to neutral, while the New York Stock Exchange is starting to get down towards that oversold level, an area where you would see a bounce or a bottom. Are we there at 112 in the afternoon? No, we are not. I just want to bring to your attention that we are getting awfully close to that level. What do we want to look at next? Geez, we already looked at the spot volatility. We looked at the equity. Let's do this here. Let's do this. What do we want to do? I know. We're going to go short term. Going to go short term right now. A little bit for everybody. So by short term, what I mean by that is we're going to look at a 30-minute time frame chart to help explain what the market is communicating to you and I. Here, if we take a look at going back to yesterday, actually going back to the 19th. Is it the 19th? Yeah, the March 19th. You can see that the ES Mini on a 30-minute basis bottoms with a TD9 count and a Rhodes momentum indicator signal, as well as a seventh wave move. Boy, it had all three of them. That's back at about 10:30 in the morning. That led to an A to B equals CD to the upside. That was confirmed last night at 3:30, yesterday afternoon, I should say, 3:30 in the afternoon, when that bearish engulfing candle formed. And then I don't know why price went ahead, at least on a 30-minute basis. I do know why it stopped where it did. It was really the 10-minute chart that had the indicators flashing. That was this morning at about 6:30. But the point that I really want to make now, finally you get there, Steve-O, to a point. Yeah, the point that I want to make here from a short-term standpoint is we can see that a TD9 count pattern formed at 11:30 and 12. It was really the bar following bar number 9. That was a 12 o'clock session. What that immediately did was set off a short-term top. That short-term top was doing nothing more than pushing back to test support. When we take a look at support here, you can see we're looking at the oscillator and change line. And so that held. Now where the ES Mini is, on a 30-minute basis, it is in neutral territory. Why neutral? Because you have a valid top, which price is trading below. By the way, that valid top trading below price is at 39.3850. If you see a close above that, well, certainly we get back to the highs of about yesterday. Was it yesterday? Yeah, yesterday at around 2:30 in the afternoon, 3:30 in the afternoon. But it would be a positive. Is the ES Mini there just yet? No, but it's getting awfully close. Neutral. It's neutral on a 30-minute basis as we speak right now. What you're going to want to watch, again, the price point is going to be 39.3850. Close above that suggests higher price for the S&P 500. We'll be right back.
Steve Rhodes started his trading career as a student almost 20 years ago, and the student has now become the master. Steve won the prestigious Timer of the Year award in 2018 and barely missed that mark again in 2019, finishing at number 2 for the year. An amazing accomplishment. Steve Rhodes is committed to sharing his techniques and knowledge with anyone who wants to learn. and he shares his vast amount of trading knowledge every day in his Mastering Probability newsletter. Steve's award-winning newsletter, Mastering Probability, is delivered every trading day with updates throughout the afternoon. Sign up for Steve's market newsletter, Mastering Probability, and you'll receive access to 7 of Steve's educational webinars absolutely free. At TFNN, all our newsletters come with a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have absolutely nothing to worry about. Visit TFNN.com and try Mastering Probability 30 days risk-free today. TFNN, educating investors.
If you're not currently using the TAS Profile Scanner when looking at setting up your trading opportunities, then your arsenal is short a mighty weapon. The TAS Profile Scanner is a standalone piece of software that instantly filters over 2,500 global financial markets such as stocks, ETFs, commodity futures, and Forex. Headed by Steve Dahl, TAS understands that in today's technological world, the use of top-flight software applications and technical analysis expertise is essential to successful trading in today's market. You also gain access to the webinar that Steve Dahl and Tom O'Brien just hosted, The Best Way to Use the TAS Profile Scanner to Profit. This webinar archive is available for all subscribers immediately upon signing up. All new subscriptions also come with a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have nothing to risk. Start your subscription by visiting the front page of TFNN.com today, and you'll find the TAS Profile Scanner under the Services tab. Sign up today.
Hey there, I'm Andy Arbertine with Tiger Precious Metals and Stones. Whether you're looking to buy and sell precious metals or trying to find the perfect diamond ring, I'm here to help. I have over 15 years of experience with diamonds and precious metals. You can call me directly at 727-329-8245, and I will personally answer any questions you have and help you find exactly what you're looking for. I will be your personal concierge in the metal and stone business. Give me a call today, 727-329-8245.
Many of our new listeners have heard about The Tiger's Den. The Tiger's Den is a lively community where professional traders and investors can meet, exchange ideas and information in a comfortable, moderated atmosphere. Hear all of the TFNN shows, plus see all of the charts as they happen live and have access to archives of all of those charts. You can test drive The Tiger's Den absolutely free for 30 days and greatly enrich your knowledge of these markets and how to make your money work for you. Details on The Tiger's Den are on the front page of TFNN.com. Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-873-7618.
Welcome back, folks. So we got the Dow off 17, S&P's up 6, NASDAQ 100 off up 65. Let's go. We got a couple questions here in the queue. Let's go to them. The first question coming in from John in the Tigers Den wants to take a look at the November soybeans futures contract and is looking for some weekly and daily information. So as we take a look at that, let's just expand this chart. By the way, out here you can see where soybeans are trading for their different contracts, their different futures contracts. John specifically looking for November of 2021. That's what we have up on our screen here. So John, let me do this here. Let's decorate the chart here slowly. So by slowly, we're going to get rid of the weekly time frame. We're going to get rid of the trend lines. We're just going to take a look at the daily profiles. So here, we're looking at support at 1214.10 and 1242.40 is your resistance level. You can see that price is trading with inside a bearish structured profile out here. Let me do this. Let me go to ZS. I'm just curious what patterns might be out there at that high from a couple of weeks ago. So let's do this here. It should populate here momentarily. So let's see if there's any kind of a topping pattern. Because if there is, then I would say, okay, there's a possibility that this is a counter trend rally. And we'd be looking. So there was a wave number 7. That's letter G. A Rhodes momentum indicator signal that confirmed out here on March 10th. So because this is a bearish structured profile, well, this profile is going to be different than the one that we're looking at on the black background screen. We're going to stick with the black background screen out here. But I just want to see what kind of top, if there was any, that was out there. And so we got that confirmed. So there's no indication yet that this is an A to B equals CD to the downside. We would only get that real indication with a close below the trading session from March 19th, that low at 1202.20 out here. But nonetheless, it's still, because of that topping signal, it is still a valid possibility. Now what I'll do is I'll turn on the weekly. You asked about weekly information. Weekly information, what I can provide to you are the profile levels. If, in fact, a 1214 level fails, you would expect price to get into the 1181, 1197 level. That is a bullish structured profile, and that actually formed, it looks like, last week out there. So get a new profile, new set of working support and resistance levels out there. So, John, I don't know if there's anything else to assist you. I guess I could do one more thing. As we do, we typically take a look at an intraday time period, oftentimes the 30. And so that's what we're going to do out here. So as we take a look at a 30-minute time frame chart for the November contract for beans out here, what do we see? This thing populate. So right now, what we just simply see is that price is pulling back to the bottom of its 30-minute profile, 1223. So if price is going to move lower, that's the area that you're watching. 1223 would give you that next signal. So hope that helps you out with regard to beans, both for the daily and the weekly time frame. Thanks so much for the request. Let's go to our next request out here. Next request coming in via email. And this one coming in from... First one coming in from Joe. Joe wants to take a look at Tilray. TLRY is the ticker symbol. So let's get back here to Tilray. 3 time frames. And Tilray is trading right now in between its daily set of profiles. Support at 2164, Joe. Resistance at 2733. It's also consolidating with inside its weekly profile. Support 1426. Resistance 3770. I'm looking for a short-term entry into the stock. Let's go pull over Stevie's other chart, see if we can figure this out here for Joe. So we're looking at the daily time frame. We're looking for any kind of a bottoming signal or pattern. We don't have one. What we do know is that the high in Tilray, and I've got this as wave number 7 up there, that true rogue wave inside of Tilray, took price right back to where it should have, or close to where it should have, and that was in the range of 1757. That was the TD9 breakout level, generated a hammer. Price is below the oscillator and change line, Joe, so what you should do is at least wait for price to pull back to 2164. On a daily basis, if that happens over the course of the next few days, it's not going to generate one of our bottoming signals, but price will be back to support. And so on an entry area range you're looking at, it's really between 1757 and 2164, 1757 being that TD9 breakout level. How do you do it? How do you figure it out? Well, I would go down to some short-term time frame charts, and I start looking for some patterns down there. We have the short-term time frame charts. Right now, I don't see a reason to take a long trade into Tilray. Now you might see a counter trend rally, Joe. And so if price gets up to 24.37 or even 26.03, I don't want you to think that you missed the train. Instead, those are the areas of resistance that would be next up on a move higher inside of Tilray. Do I have any kind of a bottoming signal on a 30-minute time frame chart? I do not. Do we have one on a 15-minute time frame chart? We have a TD9 count. And so what that tells us, Joe, again, we're looking at intraday. Remember, we started with the daily. The daily says, I don't think so just yet. The short term, 15-minute, you see a TD9 count, and price now is above the top of that 15-minute profile. If I were to ask you where is price headed to, you would easily say, that's simple, Steve-O. It's headed to 24.29. All I'm doing is just narrating the charts. If you watch me, if you go through what I do each and every day, it must be boring to you because, in essence, I'm really communicating the exact same thing. We're using these tools the exact same way. We're identifying support and resistance. That way we know where the battles are before price gets to those battle areas. That way you can prepare to take some action out there. And so in the case on a 15-minute base with regard to Tilray, 24.29 is open out there. But we don't have any kind of a signal of some type of a bottom. On the weekly time frame chart, what we do see out here, Joe, is that the oscillator and change line changed from red to green back in the end of January. There was a test of that level, and that's a bullish test. That took place the week of March the 5th. But with price doing what it's doing, maybe what price is going to go do is test that oscillator and change line once again. That gives you a 2264 level. So one of your potential entry areas is going to be about 2264. If we come back to the daily time frame says, hey, Steve-O, not 2264, 2164. Okay, like that's what you're dealing with out here, Joe. 1757 to 2164. That's what we're looking at as we speak right now. I hope that helps you out. Thanks so much for writing in. The next question coming in from Jim C. Jim wants to take a look at Freeport McMoran. So let's go ahead and get those charts rolling on the screen out here. I don't know why this is taking so long, but it is doing what it does. So let me get, that's going to be FCX. Yep, okay. Just want to make sure that I read that properly because it could have been FDX, and then we're looking at Federal Express. But Freeport McMoran, the question is, I'm short Freeport McMoran. I wonder if you could point out a good place to consider a cover on the daily and then again on the weekly charts. Sure, easy enough, easy peasy. So on the daily, price is trading with inside a bearish structured profile. So the support battle, is going to be at the price point of 31.41. Will price get all the way down there? I don't know. What I can share with you is, Jim, on the trading day of March 4th, price got down to 31.50. The bottom of that profile is 31.41. So the 31.50, 31.41 level, that's what you're looking at. Hey, on a weekly basis, you're down at 26.39. We get back to this break, we'll go take a look at FCX and finish this off for Jim. Is that a Jim?
Hi, folks. This is Tom O'Brien. The printing presses are working 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. The U.S. deficit has risen 200% in 1 year with no end in sight. The markets are looking for an additional stimulus bill to get us through this once-in-a-generation pandemic. There is no free lunch, folks. The more stimulus dollars put into the marketplace, the less your dollar is worth each and every day. This is the time to protect yourself with a portion of your portfolio in the metal market. The Gold Report comes out each Monday morning. I bisect and dissect the dollar, silver, gold, the XAU, and the HUI. The Gold Report is a long-term hedge against the dilution of your buying power. The U.S. has put more than $6 trillion into the marketplace in the last 6 months, with more expected in the next few months. The market did and does need the stimulus, but it will have long-term implications on our buying power. The Gold Report comes with a 30-day money-back guarantee. Go to TFNN.com and order the Gold Report now. Protect your buying power. Order the Gold Report now.
You could be making money off the stock market. And if you're already making money off the stock market, you could be making a lot more. Check out TFNN and Tiger TV and get expert investing advice to give you the power to control your financial future. Go to TFNN.com and find the newsletter for you. Whether you're into trading gold, metals, futures, currencies, or options, you'll get advice and analysis to help you seriously get ahead. TFNN also features trading services with a 30-day money-back guarantee for new subscribers, as well as TFNN's Tiger Den trading room, trading software, and educational webinars for all trading levels. And make sure you check out Tiger TV for free on TFNN.com or TFNN's YouTube channel for live financial content from 8:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. Eastern on market days. Stop watching on the sidelines while other people get rich and become the investor you were born to be. TFNN, educating investors.
TFNN is excited about our new software charting program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts. In collaboration with Tom O'Brien and using his best-selling book, The Art of Timing the Trade, Your Ultimate Trading Mastery System, David White has programmed an outstanding piece of software that will complement any trader's methodology. Using this first-of-its-kind program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts allows you to scan thousands of stocks for Fibonacci formation setups, including Gartleys, ABCs, butterflies, and much more. The Art of Timing the Trade Charts is designed to help you when scouring the markets for stocks just beginning to form the trading patterns that many investors spend days, weeks, or even months searching to find. And right now, we're offering licenses available at only $79 a month. We are so confident that you're going to love this new charting software that will even give you a 30-day unconditional money-back guarantee. Don't miss out on this incredible new piece of software. Get your copy of The Art of Timing the Trade Charts today by visiting TFNN.com.
This segment is brought to you by Think or Swim. For more information, just click the Think or Swim banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
right, folks, we're taking a look at Freeport McMoran. Let's actually get the chart up on the screen here. We're going to switch to our white background charts. This is for Jim C., who happens to be short. Now, we can see that Freeport McMoran generated Rhodes Momentum Indicator top and confirmed that signal on February 25th out here. And we can see that price just consolidating with inside its daily profile. So really a consolidation pattern that is underway here, Jim. So again, your price areas are around the 31.41 level out there. You had asked about weekly as well, and on the weekly, I went ahead and I gave you the profile levels. That was in the 24.64, 26.39 area. You can also see you've got a TD9 breakout level at 23.77. There's not an indication at this moment in time that that's where price is going to head to. But those are the levels that you would be looking at to close out the trade. What you don't want to see is you don't want to see price close above 36.63. That's the oscillator and change line. That would give you price above the oscillator and change line as well as the top of its profile and suggest that you had, or it heads all the way back to its highs. So hope that helps you out, Jim, with regard to FCX. Thanks so much for writing in. Let's go to a caller. We've got Ron in Denver. Ron, thanks for calling. How are you today?
Hi, Steve. How you doing?
Very good.
I did a short-term trade this morning on AMAT, Applied Materials.
Yes.
They manufacture semiconductor equipment. But anyway, I sold the apologize. I sold the 117 put, and I bought the 115 put. I did 5 of them. I brought in $60, and I'm risking about $800. And it expires Friday. My question is, on AMAT, since I sold the 117 put, where should I admit I'm wrong? Otherwise, I'd like to leave it alone and let it expire. It's an income spread.
Sure. So from a profile standpoint, where you have resistance, and I really think that's your question, your resistance area is between 120.78 and 121.47. So let's use the higher level. That's the daily, the 120.78. I would say if you see price close above that, that tells you that Applied Materials is headed higher. So is that what you were looking for?
Well, I sold the puts, so I wanted to stay where it's at or go higher and let the puts expire worthless.
Got it.
In other words, I sold the put at the 117 and bought the 115 on a spread. So I brought in $60 per put.
Okay, so perfect.
And I wanted to just stay above 117.
Yes.
By Friday.
Exactly. So, but what you need to know is you're trading up into resistance right now, right? So the 121.47,
okay. Well, I just wondered how, if it started to break down, where would I say I'm wrong?
So that's a more difficult question.
Okay.
Which was why I didn't answer it. So
just was wondering.
Yeah, no. I mean, I'm going to give you the figure, but it's way beyond where you want it to get to. You know, it's like you wouldn't know that you're totally wrong until you see it close really below 101.76. You don't want that action, so I know that. So that's why I'm struggling here to give that to you. Now, there's not an indication as we speak right now that price is going to head lower, but you're up at that resistance area, the top of that profile, and really on the weekly area. So you know you're in the range here where snipers are going to try to take some shots at you. Let me just go down to a 30-minute time frame chart, see if I can find anything, really any intraday time frame chart. So here, this might help you. On a 30-minute basis, what we have out here, I'm not going to worry about the topping signal, which was wave number 7, letter G. I'm not going to worry about that. But what we can see here, Ron, is that 116.97 for the 30-minute time frame was its TD9 breakout support. And earlier in the day, or this was yesterday afternoon, let's see, this was 30-minute, was at 12:30. Oh, it's just an hour ago. At 12:30, on a 30-minute basis, you got bar number 9 of a TD9 count. You had price pull back to that breakout area, which is 116.97, and it held. So now we actually have your answer, or I would think we have your answer. If you see two closes below 116.97, that would say, okay, this is going to head lower. The real number, though, that you have to use here, that's the breakout level. You've got to use the low of bar number 9. And the low of bar number 9, that was a 12:30 bar, is 116.57. So 116.57 is going to be the number you're watching. If you see it closing below that, odds favor, price would then pull back or would be gunning for the 113.93 area. So does that help?
Okay. Well, thank you very much, sir. I sure appreciate that.
My pleasure. Glad we could finally find an answer for you. That was Ron in Denver, Colorado. Of course, I'd like to hear from you as well, folks. 877-927-6648. We've got another question that has come in. This one from Alan K. Alan writes in, he says, can you give me your thoughts on nat gas? Is it going to hold the bottom? You're long since the breakout yesterday, turning negative on you now. I have a stop in it, but you're not a happy camper. I got that. Also, you are short platinum. You're looking for platinum to get back to the March 5th low. Okay, so that's a bit of work for us to do. But we're going to do it. This is Alan in Perth, Western Australia. Man, you got to love that, folks, right? We called yesterday from someone in San Juan, Puerto Rico, I believe, right? And this is a wonderful thing. So thanks so much, Alan. So it's 1:30 in the afternoon here. You're up very late or very early in the morning. What's about a 12-hour time zone difference or something? In any event, hey, aren't you guys having I haven't seen any of the America's Cup races. Anybody else seen any of the America's Cup races? I haven't really, and as I flip through the sports station, I don't see anything being replayed, but I believe they're racing over there, or maybe it's over. In any event, let's get to the question out here. And the question is to take a look at natural gas. So let me get the charts rolling out here. We are in the May contract. So I've got that rolling there. I'm going to now move over here and find my other natural gas charts. So let's begin by taking a look at this one. So your specific question is, well, the question is it going to hold the bottom? I don't know that one. So that's the problem. What I do know is there is a valid A to B equals CD pattern. You can see it over here on the April contract. Here, I'll draw it in on the May contracts. Give me a moment to do that. Find my cursor out here. So let's look at the real McCoy. So your A point is out here, trading day of February 18th. Your B point is going to be the low from February 26th. Your C point out here is going to be the high from March the 3rd. So you've got a 1 to 1.272, A to B equals CD. It's been confirmed. So let's tell you about the problems and the issues that you have, so to speak. Resistance. We don't know if price will take out resistance. I know your question is, will the bottom hold? I don't know. It looks like it'll hold. But, you've got a higher low out there. You've got a completed pattern. Here's what you don't have. You don't have price trading above any profile levels on a daily basis. So you've got a bullish structured profile that formed above price. It's actually a bearish translation out there. And so now you've got a bearish signal. You've got a bullish signal. Which one's right? I don't know. But where price should head to is probably about 2.669. That's the center of its bullish structured profile. That would also get you into, you can see, descending trend line resistance out there. Let's do this, Alan. When we come back from this break, I'll get my white background charts up on the screen. Because we'll be able to go figure out, or we should be able to go figure out, hey, why did price stop where it did today? What's that mean? And what's going on the short-term time frames? So Steve Rhodes with TFNN. We get back to this break. We're going to go take apart natural gas. We'll be right back.
Are you in the market for buying or selling real estate in the Bay Area, including the surrounding St. Petersburg, Tampa, and Clearwater markets? Tiger Real Estate LLC is a firm that has extensive experience in the Tampa Bay area. Whether you're looking to sell your current property for maximum value, or you're in the market for a second home or investment property, Tiger Realty has the experience across all areas of real estate in the Tampa Bay area to help buyers and sellers make the most informed decisions across all price levels. From the price you should be paying per square foot in certain up-and-coming areas to the type of cash flow investment properties are capable of creating, Tiger Real Estate can help you make the best decision when it comes to all areas of the market. Before you make one of the biggest decisions of your financial future, call Tiger Real Estate LLC today at 727-329-8322 or email us at tiger@tfnn.com. That's 727-329-8322. Call us today.
The technology around us is changing every day. With so much happening, it can seem impossible to keep up with all the information. David White's investment newsletter, The Technology Insider, is designed to give you all the information you need to understand the technology that shapes today's markets and tomorrow's future. David White has made his living staying on the cutting edge of technology. His weekly newsletter will give you specific recommendations for value tech stocks, as well as entry prices, target prices, and stops to set for each trade. Dave delivers his weekly newsletters every Friday with updates throughout the week. You can get the Technology Insider at TFNN.com for only $37.50. Sign up for David's newsletter, The Technology Insider, and get an inside look at everything the technology sector has to offer. Try it risk-free today with our 30-day money-back guarantee. TFNN, educating investors.
Biotech is booming, but for how long? Whether you think the biotech bull has room to run or has run its course, trade LABU or LABD. Direction's daily S&P Biotech 3 times bull and bear ETFs. Visit directioninvestments.com/biotech today. An investor should consider the investment objectives, risks, charges, and expenses of the Direction shares carefully before investing. The prospectus and summary prospectus contain this and other information about Direction shares. To obtain prospectus or summary prospectus, please contact Direction shares at 866-476-7523. The prospectus or summary prospectus should be read carefully before investing. An investment in the funds is subject to risk, including the possible loss of principal. The funds are designed to be utilized only by sophisticated investors such as traders and active investors. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
Don't forget, you can listen to TFNN live on your mobile device 24 hours per day. Go to TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV. That's TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV for the latest market information.
Welcome back, folks. So we're taking a look at natural gas, the May contract. This is for Alan Kay. He is up in Perth in Western Australia. So the daily time frame chart that we're looking at here, Alan, you can see that oscillator and change line changed from green to red about 2 weeks ago. And yesterday was really close to a test of that level, a test and rejection out here. That's really the fly in the financial ointment right now. As long as price remains below a red oscillator and change line, it's really a bearish signal out here. But you are inside a bullish structured profile. So sort of neutral because we've got that bottom signal out here. But price can easily pull back to 254 or even 248. Of course, it can pull back to even lower than that. But that's the bottom area of your daily bullish structured profile. And price should continue to pull back even further. On a 5-minute time frame, for example, as we look at it, I don't see any kind of a bottoming signal. On a 10-minute time frame, I don't see any kind of a bottoming signal. In fact, price has blown through 2 of its breakout areas on a 10-minute basis. The last one was at 257. On a 15-minute basis, do we see any kind of a bottoming signal? We don't. In fact, there was a TD9 count about a half an hour ago. Price is now below that, so that's suggesting lower price. On a 30-minute chart, the price target is $2.53. Again, no bottoming signal here on a 60. So you kind of get the picture. So price should continue to head lower. I don't know what it's going to do. But right now, as we take a look at the chart patterns for the intraday time signal, we're not seeing any kind of a bottom out here. And there's nothing on the daily chart at this stage to say that the retracement won't continue on. So you do have that valid bottom out there, and you'll have to make the decision whether to hold or not out there. Hope that helps you out. I know you are also trading platinum. So let's go take a look at platinum. I believe platinum the April contract right now? Well, let's go find out what it is. Maybe it's May. But let's go find out what platinum is doing. So when you take a look at the futures contracts for platinum, yeah, it is April. That is still that's the active contract. And on this chart here, let me see if I can get this going right here too. PL, now that I know that it was April. So what you don't necessarily like here in platinum is that right now price is trading below the bottom of its daily profile. And Alan, that's at a price point of 1180.40, and you're at 1172. Now maybe price closes back above it, and I like to have 2 consecutive days when price breaks a level of support. So even if you close below it today, because it's just really barely below it, I wouldn't jettison the position out here. Well, you're short. You want this, right? Oh, that's right. You're short. You're not long. Make sure. You're short platinum, looking to get to the March 5th low. So the March 5th low, certainly a possibility. But what you want to see is 2 consecutive closes below that 1180.40 level out there. And then all that you would be dealing with as far as any future support out here on a daily time frame are just going to be those trend lines that are drawn in on my screen out here. So yeah, there is an absolute possibility we can see right now of platinum getting back to that March 5th low. If it holds the 1180.40 area, then maybe not so much, because it's a slightly bullish structured profile out there. So those are the levels to be watching, Alan. Thanks again for listening in on the show, and best of luck to you on both of those trades. HD writes in, and HD wants to take a look at ticker symbol called SAND. So we know that spells sand. So what is this? This is Sandstorm Gold out here. And Sandstorm Gold is trading above the top of its daily profile. That's 673. That would be support. With inside its weekly profile, 683, the center of its bullish structure profile, would be support. And it's consolidated with inside its monthly profile. Below the center of its profile, support there would be $4.78. Let's go find out what HD actually wants. Would you please look at sand? You're long here at about 690, and you're right here at 690. Okay, let's go take a look at the other time frame charts, see what we can figure out here. Well, that's weird. This did not generate today's bar. Bummer. That's okay. 691. So HD, we know that today's bar for some reason is not in on my screen out here. But we see that the oscillator and change line was at 689. We know with price dropping that has pulled back just a tad. So price is really sitting right on that oscillator and change line. That was the test that you're looking for. Now, the test that you'd like to see, and I wish I could give you the exact number, it's going to be around the 689, and we're at 691. What you're looking for is a test and rejection of that. And that would say stay in the trade. That's your bullish condition. If price were to close below that, well, then that is communicating to you that price should be able to pull back to 673. That would at least be its next target to the downside out there. So that's what we see when we take a look at the daily time frame. Maybe my intraday time frame might be updated. Let's see here. Yeah, there we go. So there's the intraday. So I'm able to do this. I don't know why the daily's not updating, but it's not. Now, I don't have a bottoming signal. I mean, I'd really have to stretch to write in an A to B equals CD pattern out here. So I don't really have a bottoming signal. That doesn't mean that it hasn't bottomed. It's just on a 30-minute basis. I don't have that bottoming pattern, nor do I have a bottoming pattern on a 65-minute chart. I'm imagining I don't have that on 130 either. So each of these short-term time frames without the bottoming signal are suggesting then lower price. And if that is the case out there, on a daily basis, and come back to the daily, well, that would require a close below that 689-ish, 691-ish type of level. So you're long here, and HD, I think you got to stay in the trade at this stage here, as long as it holds that 689-ish type area out there. So hope that helps you out, and I'll try during one of the breaks. So we only have one more break that's coming up. See if I can get this chart here to populate. But just short of that, I think we have a pretty good feel for what's going on. Let's go to our next question. Next question is a question: do we see the NQ beginning a decline into approximately April the 8th out there? So in order to get that signal, let's try to answer the question the following way. First, let's go try to understand what are the charts for the NQ communicating to you and I. So how are we going to do that? I'll show you how we're going to do that. We're going to switch screens out here. And on this screen here, you're going to see all of the intraday time frames that I track to pay attention and to monitor the futures contracts. Right now we're looking at as the NQ. You see a 5-minute, a 10-minute, a 15, a 30, a 60, a 120, a 240, and a 5-hour. I can pull over the daily time frame in a bit out here. So what do we see when we take a look at these tools? Let me scrunch a few things together. Right now, the NQ has not broken through the first key level of support. And the first key level of support is its TD9 breakout area, and that's at 13,069. On a 5-minute basis, we've seen that level has been tested a couple of different times, and it has held. So, John, the very first area that you're looking at is at 13,069. You want to see 3 consecutive closes below that. That's just the 5-minute time frame. What I'll do during this break here is I'll scrunch together some of these charts so you can see the key levels of support. And these levels of support have to be broken in order to do what you're looking for out there. But the reason we're looking at that is because you're looking for some clues. And the clues will come from price being able to take out the breakout support levels. We'll be right back.
Sharpening your skills as an investor is like getting better at playing a musical instrument. You have to practice, sure, but you also need excellent instruction from experts. At TFNN, you'll get advice and guidance from the authority in technical market analysis. And it's not just dry, tedious text either. TFNN airs live financial content streamed live on TFNN.com and TFNN's YouTube channel with Tiger TV, live every market day from 8:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. Eastern, for free. Each host is an experienced trader and gives their take on the market while taking calls and questions live from around the world. From the moment the market opens until the closing bell sounds, Tiger TV has 8 different shows with expert hosts to help you make the right moves with your money. Watch online at TFNN.com or on TFNN's YouTube channel and become the investor you were born to be. TFNN, educating investors.
Markets can rise and fall like the tides. Subscribe to Basil Chapman's newsletter, The Opening Call, and you too can ride the wave. Basil Chapman is an authority in technical analysis. His Chapman Wave trading system has been helping traders identify trends and capitalize on momentum in the markets since 1984. TFNN invites you to test Basil's proprietary Chapman Wave trading methodology with a monthly subscription to the Opening Call newsletter for only $149. Your subscription to the Opening Call comes with a 30-day money-back guarantee, as well as daily market updates on key indexes, stocks, and commodities. Ride the wave. Sign up for the Opening Call risk-free today.
Introducing Primal Edge.
Today, it's even more important to take a supplement that complements your health. Primal Edge is specifically formulated to boost your immune system and help with weight loss, better sleep, stress reduction, and the need to detox.
Our early ancestors found all their nutritional requirements in the wild environment. But today, our food sources don't contain the vitamins, minerals, and nutrients that we need to stay healthy and strong.
That's why we need Primal Edge Daily Nutrition. It includes a special blend of ionic, soil-based vitamins, minerals, fatty and amino acids in an easy-to-use liquid form.
Primal Edge is powered by highly concentrated humic and fulvic acids, nature's preferred delivery system. They've been called miracle molecules because, like sunlight, air, and water, without them, life cannot exist.
That's right, Ellen. They ensure we receive all the nutrition we need to be healthy and thrive. We take it every morning.
Primal Edge. Just $89 exclusively at TFNN.com.
Don't forget, you can listen to TFNN live on your mobile device 24 hours per day. Go to TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV. That's TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV for the latest market information.
Welcome back, folks. So we're trying to answer the question for John in the Tiger's Den. Is it a possibility that the NQ's giving us a message that we're going to see a decline for the next couple of weeks out here? We're looking at the short-term time frame charts. If that's going to happen, you see, I mean, for me to give you that prognostication, kind of tough to do. But what we can do is we can look at key levels that must fail on a short-term basis to say, okay, that thought process is being, you can check off these things off because you got key levels of support failing. 13,069 on the 5-minute. On a 10-minute chart, the level you're watching is 13,026. On a 15-minute, I do have a level out here. It's down at the price point of 12,927. So I'm going to hold off on that one because you've got 13,050 on the 30-minute chart out there. You've got a TD9 count top. You can see that. On the 5 and the 10 and the 15-minute, you see some lower highs out there. So you've got that going for you. The 60-minute, a TD9 count top. Price would need to close below 13,008. The 120-minute time frame chart, it's bullish. The 240-minute time frame chart, it's bullish. The 300-minute time frame chart, it's bullish. So when I say it's bullish, price is above the oscillator and change line in each of those three instances out there. So where do we go from here? So that's a short-term time frame. Those are the levels that price must get below in order. Oh, I know what I need to do here. Just need to do this and then change the screens. So those are the levels to be monitoring. Here is larger time frames. Shoot, now we're going from the short term to daily, weekly, monthly, and quarterly. And that's what I want you to focus in on. So the larger picture. What's the larger picture? Right now, the larger picture is the NQ still hasn't completed its measured move consolidation breakout. And that's up at the 14,169 level. And we can see over the last month, prices held support. And that's the bullish structured weekly profile. So, John, in order for that to take place out there, for price to really move lower, which is what you're looking for the next 11 days, you've got to see it close below 12,622.92 on a weekly basis for that to potentially unfold. Folks, stay tuned for 2 more trade hours. Tune in tomorrow at 1 o'clock again, and I'll see you on Wonderful Wednesday. Have a terrific Tuesday. Take care.